This is my aromatic coconut salmon curry, Dr. Kitchen fried with extra veg and extra fibre too. So delicious, comfort in a bowl.
Doctor's Kitchen. Recipes, health, lifestyle.
Right, we're going to chop an onion. I use a lot of ginger in my
me
cooking.
too.
Do you do this? I freeze my ginger.
Yeah, freeze it.
I've
So
got-
I grate a load and put it into one of those Ziploc bags.
very organised.
And then put it in the freezer.
Yeah, I just freeze it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to sweat this down.
Okay.
So for a few minutes, they need to get a little bit softer.
Okay. You're not looking for
completely brown,
colour.
just kind of translucent.
Okay.
If they're a little bit brown, that's fine.
Yeah,
You just need them
gotcha.
softened. I'm going to add the ginger garlic. And
Okay.
depending on your pan, you might need to add a drizzle more oil. Okay. And that's about a tablespoon of ginger. So now we're going to add the spices. Can you see that's kind of, it's softened, the flavour, you know, you can see that's going to have flavour in it,
Yeah,
okay?
definitely.
If you've got extra time, because remember, I'm a busy person, we all are busy, and I'm trying to get dinner out
Yeah.
for the kids, which is what I was doing last night. But if you have extra time, then reduce it lower and cook it for a few more minutes,
Gotcha.
okay?
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
going to be great.
Okay.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the curry powder and Chinese spice.
Okay. So tablespoon of this.
Yeah. Curry powder is one of my sort of key pantry staples.
Yeah.
It's so versatile. I use it not just in curries, but you know, in stir-fry rices, in stir-fry noodles. Absolutely, it's a must-have. And there's not a tablespoon of that.
All right. Sorry.
I mean, it'll
Supposed
be
to
a lot.
ruin your dish. How much?
Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon. Okay.
Yeah.
It was,
Chinese five spice is fantastic. It's so aromatic, but
yeah.
it is quite pungent.
It is strong. Yeah.
I mean, I love it.
It's because it's got those rich spices in, you know,
Yeah.
the star anise and clove and stuff.
And it adds
so.
this extra layer of flavour to this dish, this extra layer of, sorry, that's why I call it
Yeah.
aromatic. In a second, I'm just going to cook out that spices for about
Okay.
a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're
Always
gonna-
really important to cook out your spices because you don't want that raw
It definitely can
curry
taste
powder
raw.
flavour. Yeah.
Now, do you want to chop or shall I chop? You chop.
No, I'll chop. I'll chop.
You chop.
I'm your sous chef.
Yeah, let's see,
How
chop.
do you want these chopped?
Just sort of chopped. You know, I mean, how would you chop them?
I don't know.
Precious, you know, I'm precious. Although I love fresh tomatoes in this, if you happen to have tin tomatoes, you can use half a tin of tomatoes instead.
Gotcha.
Not going to be exactly the same. For me, it's about getting people to cook.
Yes.
And
yeah.
if they don't have the ingredients, but they've got some tin tomatoes, they can still make it.
Yeah.
Kind of adapting to what you have. If you don't have rice vinegar, use lime.
Yes.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's, you know, about getting people used to going off piste. you know?
Definitely. And I
Like-
think they've got to get confident with the basics
Well,
first.
yeah, exactly.
you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I would never go off piste on a ski resort, and so I kind of understand the hesitation for people
Yeah.
if they don't want, you don't want to ruin a meal, right?
No, exactly. And right, coconut milk, please. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
a tip.
coconut milk. Yeah.
And this is another one of my pantry staples. I mean, if you have, I always have coconut milk in the fridge, not in the fridge, in the cupboard. If you have it, you can literally have a curry any night of the week, right? It is absolute
Goes in
essential
there?
for me. Yeah, go in.
Nice.
Great, fantastic. And then we need about 150 mils of water, which is just less than half a tin. Get this going, bring it to a simmer, so we
Yeah.
just kind of bubble it down.
Chili flakes later.
Yeah, we could put them in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, put them in now, actually.
How much? Teaspoon?
Yeah,
I like a chili.
like
You
a
like
chili.
a chili?
We like a chili.
I like a chili. All right.
Bring this to a simmer, and then what we can do while we wait for this is...
Oh, you want soy sauce?
Soy sauce. Soy sauce, again, that's another one of my main ingredients in the pantry. I even use it in desserts.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you use it in dessert?
I have got a soy sauce chocolate pot. I was doing it for a gala event the other day, so making 80 portions, and there was some left over, so I sort of took this pot back. I mean, I haven't got bored of it. I love it. It's amazing.
Soy sauce and chocolate.
So you know miso and chocolate. It's becoming a more familiar combination, so it does exactly that job.
Makes sense.
And honestly, the chocolate, even if you use cheap chocolate, which we may have used, just takes away the sweetness.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still sweet, but it gives this wonderful roundedness.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes it incredible.
Yeah, nice.
And add that caramel vibe to it.
We're just reducing this
We're
down
just
for a bit.
reducing this down
Okay,
for a bit, and then we're going to put the salmon in until that's cooked, and then the asparagus.
And the asparagus at the end.
Yeah.
So like you said, you could use any sort of fish or protein that you
Really,
wanted.
you could use any protein in this
Yeah.
because it's so delicious.
Yeah.
I chose salmon partly because it's a good thing to get more salmon into our diets,
Yeah.
and we don't get enough of it in our diets as a family, to be honest. So, and this one's always a crowd pleaser.
Do you ever sneak things into your kids' diet, like ingredients they're like, oh, I don't like it?
Oh, they
It's
say
like,
they
"Oh,
don't like
You've been
things.
eating it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you're going to grate a carrot into the bolognese,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
actually adds extra sweetness.
I sneak things into my wife's diet all the time.
What do you? What do you
Tofu.
say?
She tells
Oh.
me she hates tofu, and I'm
Yeah.
like, Now you've been eating it.
You know, we were talking about this earlier. How do you make things that are healthy a bit more accessible
Yeah.
and palatable?
Yeah.
And it is all about, for me anyway, it's about the sauce. And if you have to put a little bit of sweetness in it to make that really delicious, I personally think it's worth doing, because then you're going to have all this delicious vegetables. Okay, the sauce has got a little bit of sweetness in it, but you've eaten something, it's making you eat it. And you can, I mean, a curry, you can put all sorts of things in it. The kids loved the sugar snap peas yesterday, you know? Love it. Right, so I think we can get the salmon in there now.
Cool. How long will the salmon take?
It doesn't take long, about 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, perfect. And then do you want me to chop the asparagus at the same time, or?
I think we put them in just as the salmon's cooked, because if the salmon's cooked, it's fine, because that's only going to take 2 minutes, and I don't want to overcook
I'll let you
it.
do the salmon. I'm going to chop this up for you. Roughly chopped, chef?
Fine. 4.5 centimetres. If you are making for a group of people, so what I tend to do is you can make this, pretty much make all of it, and then when the guests arrive, add your asparagus at the last minute.
Gotcha.
And then that is delicious, and people will love it, and you've talked to them, and you know, it's just the way to go, to be honest. So what other veg are we going to add?
Well, we've got some asparagus here. We could add some leaves, so I could roughly chop those.
Love that.
These will go right at the end because they'll take like 60 seconds to cook. If you want to add some pulses, we could add some chickpeas to it.
I love chickpeas. I mean, chickpeas curry.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, because people might think, why are you putting chickpeas in this curry? But I put chickpeas in everything.
Yeah.
And that's going to boost up the fibre content. You're getting those legumes. We know those are fantastic for your gut health. Everyone needs to eat a little bit more fibre in their diet. And you're getting protein, you're getting fibre, and you're getting all that diversity of different ingredients, anti-inflammatory ingredients as well from the herbs in your spinach. So let's put some in.
Every mouthful then's a bit more different.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not samey.
Yeah, totally. I can put these in now actually, so they soak up some of that flavour.
Exactly.
And I use some of the liquor sometimes because there is protein and some of the nutrients in the liquor as well. So that'll go in.
That's only going to take, what, 2 to 3 minutes?
2 minutes.
Really, a couple of minutes.
You know, you could use whatever veggies you like,
Definitely.
you know, edamame or peas or...
Yeah, and you know, for the book, I really encourage people to think outside and just to raid their fridge.
Yeah.
And I actually say this in my notes at the beginning, like, your fridge is your friend, you know, your freezer is your friend, like, use what you have.
Fab.
Now, one thing I forgot to add, if we're allowed, is a little bit of sugar.
Oh yeah, go for it. We're allowed.
We're allowed a little bit of sugar.
Oh, coconut sugar.
Well, whatever sugar, about a teaspoon or 2. I think here is where you start tasting it, okay?
That's about a teaspoon that I just put in there.
Okay, so, you know, I think you taste it. Does it need more saltiness? Does it need more sweetness?
Yeah.
If it needs acidity, put a bit of lime on it. You
Yeah.
know?
You want to taste it?
Yeah, that looks amazing with all that veg in it. Right.
This is the kind of thing that I would make at home, for
That's
sure.
lovely. I'd probably add a bit more soy or salt, but that is fundamentally then
That is so good.
so tasty, right?
That's so good.
Oops, it's all gone in.
That's all right.
Sorry, not sorry. That is pretty much ready. Now you could have this obviously with rice, but also delicious with flatbreads as well. Oh, I love it with flatbreads. The thing about this kind of food is that, in my mind, it's accidentally healthy. It's really delicious. First and foremost, it tastes great, but it happens to be healthy as well.
Yeah.
You know, you're not trying to do anything, it's just really delicious.
Absolutely.
And I think all the elements complement it. They're just there, and they just sort of, especially all the extra veg. So I love that.
That looks fab. Do you want to garnish?
Oh yeah.
This is your recipe.
There we go.
Doctor's Kitchenified.
For the better, definitely.
Amazing. Remind us what it is.
So this is my aromatic coconut salmon curry.
Gorgeous. Oh wow. Oh gosh, this is good. It's sweet. It's got that wonderful heat from the curry powder.
Yeah, and I love the veg. I love the chickpeas in it.
I love the salmon. The salmon's like moist, flaky. That is so good.
I'm so glad you like it.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. You got to try this. Make sure you go try this. It's so good, right?
That's
Really good.
It's hot.
It's spicy.
It's hot. No, it's hot.
No, like hot.
Temperature hot.
It looks
Yeah.
really nice as well. Using the whole tomato, you get
Oh.
those nice flecks of colour.
Yeah, totally.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really like this.